What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with episode 5 of Girls Need Love. Y'all, please get into it. The Peacock series, it's a new series, season 1. It's really good. 6 episodes. I'm gonna keep saying it. I hope they come out with an episode 2 short series. I think it's on All Black as well. It is a Maverick Entertainment. Maverick Entertainment has tons and tons of movies and TV shows, black TV shows, okay, and movies. So y'all, make sure y'all go and watch it. It's really, really good. I told y'all it gives Harlem, it gives a little bit of Run the World. You know, it's giving a little bit of that. It's giving a little bit of that. So yeah. So here we go. The episode starts with Tasia answering her phone, and y'all know it was Reggie on the other line calling, and y'all know she got even though Reggie did her in, she still got a little soft spot for Reggie, but she be trying to act real hard, but she got a soft spot for Reggie. So, she was like, what do you want? And, you know, she decided she wanted to play hard to get. And he told her, listen, I'm going to leave the passes and comps, you know, at will call for you, and I'm going to see you backstage. She said, well, I don't know if I'm going to be there. I got to check my schedule. Y'all know Reggie is married. Reggie is arrogant. Reggie got money. Reggie probably got a big... Okay? Reggie is that guy. He's not a good person. And he's very toxic. That's what I gather from Reggie. And he's very handsome. Very tall. You know, just not a good person. So anyway, in the next scene... Lex is over at, I think her name, if I'm not mistaken, I thought her name was Adriana. She was the friend that got felon out of jail, I think in episode 2. And she has a baby. It's just her and her baby. So Lex is over at her house, and Lex was holding her baby, and she noticed it. She was like, I see somebody wants to have a baby. And Lex tells her, you know, Tasia said it's a sign that, well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that again. Lex was holding a baby, and her friend was like, oh, I see somebody wants to be a mother. And Lex was like, I don't know. And she was like, why? And she says that, well, Tasia says that it could be a sign that her and Dante shouldn't have kids. And so her friend was like, well, what do you think? And she said, I don't know what to think. So her friend was telling her, listen, reproductive compatibility is a real thing. She said you can be with somebody for years and you can never have a baby with them. And you leave them, you meet somebody, and the moment you meet them, and you get pregnant extremely fast. Outside of that, we've seen that happen with Cassie. She, you know, was able to leave Diddy, and that may not be the best example, y'all, but she met her husband, her now husband. She got married, and she had a family. So anyway, she tells Lex that she says she knows. She tells Lex, you know, Deidre is a great divorce attorney, and she would take him to the cleaners. And Lex was like, you know, Lex don't want to really hear that. And she was like, I love him. Y'all, I love him. And she tells Lex, listen, I know a soul tie when I see it. She said you can't be that hypnotized. She said, and it can't be that good. I think Lex is in this space. She knows that she wants to leave Dante, but something is still holding her back. Whether it's the soul tie or the whatever it is, because she couldn't really explain what's keeping her with Dante. She was like, he just makes me feel so. So with that being said, I feel like what's keeping her with Dante is but we all know that Dante is serving dirty. I can't stand Dante on the show, y'all. On the show. So we get in the next scene, and we see Kylie. She's at that temp job where she's making money per day, and so it's a co-worker that works there who works there in the daytime, but she works at a strip club at night. So she goes up to Kylie. They have a chit chat. She was like, "Is this the only way of you making money?" And Kylie was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Listen, I work at the strip." She had to talk low because it's a whole bunch of men that work there, and they don't want to be loud about their personal business. So she was like, "I work at the strip club at night, girl, and it's some ballers, and you got the body yaddy, you have the face, and you can make at least $2,000 on amateur night." She was like, "My cousin came. She made her money on amateur night. She cleaned up. She did well. So I know you'll do great." So she told Kylie, she was like, "Listen, amateur night is tonight. You can come through, make your money, and just go from there." So Kylie was like, "Bet, I'ma be there." So she decided to go, but she told her she had to go to an event tonight. So I think after the event, they gonna go head over to the strip club. So then we get the scene with Tasia Fallon, and we meet Ty. Ty is Tasia's brother. He is not a sous chef. He is the chef at a 5-star restaurant, and he's the head chef at the 5-star restaurant. And Fallon had been trying to do a review at this restaurant, but she couldn't get in. It was an exclusive restaurant, but because Ty works there now, Tasia was able to get her to come in so she can do her food review. So they go to the restaurant, and she meets Ty again. The last time she saw Ty, they were in college, and it was rush week. And I think she threw up in his car or whatever. And so, they're trying the food, and Tasia was like, "Listen, I gotta go," and she left them there. So they sit down. It wasn't too much of a conversation, but you can see that big ass energy that was in between them. And I was like, I need to know what Tasia gonna say. Like, that's my whole thing. But I feel like this was good. Like, for me, looking at it as a viewer, I was like, okay, this felt good for me. So I was like, I was good with this energy. So in the next scene, Dante walks in the door, and we see Lex sitting at the table with the STD results in her hand. And he was like, "Lex, you home? You home?" He walk in, he see her at the table, she didn't say anything. And he was like, did you hear me calling you? She get up, smack the piss out of him as she should, and throw him the results. And he's livid. So he called his homeboy and was like, "Can you give me that number to the doctor that's discreet?" And I'm just like, so you gonna get the number to the doctor that's discreet so you can go back out and start fucking again? That's what I am to believe. Right. Okay. So then we get back to Ty and Fallon. So they're out walking, just getting to know one another. And he was telling her about his experience overseas and how, he just didn't want to be there anymore. And when he got to, I want to say it was China, the people was touching his hair, taking pictures with him. He was like, at first, I felt like a celebrity. But then, it's just beginning to feel weird. And he was like, plus I love my black women. And she was like, okay, I see you. And so he decided he wanted to be home and just be into familiar spaces. And I wasn't mad at that. So Fallon suggests that he do the menu and the food for Tayshia's lingerie event. At first, he was like, no, I just can't stand to see my sister in lingerie. And she was like, well, I'm going to be in lingerie. And he was like, well, you going to be in lingerie? And she was like, hell, fuck yeah. I'm going to be in lingerie. All of me. And I really would like to have that attitude, but I am so not comfortable in my skin. And I really want to be comfortable, and I'm going to get there. And I know that this is TMI, but I'm now getting comfortable looking at myself in the mirror. And I think it's just because all the weight that I have gained over time. I lost it, and then I gained it back over time, like in the course of a year. And it wasn't no diet pills or anything. I literally lost the pounds, and then I gained all of it back. So anyway, that's not what this is about. So I can appreciate hearing things like this because it motivates me to be able to appreciate my body and appreciate the skin that I'm in. So I appreciate that. So Ty asked Fallon if she's single, and he was like, are you single because I like talking to you? And she was like, wait, hold up, like, I know you ain't trying to ask me if I'm single so you can get a good review, because so he was like, no, I really do enjoy talking to you. So she was like, so are you asking me on a date? And he was like, yeah. And so she was like, cool. But then she was like, wait, hold up. Wait, what about your sister? Because your sister is overprotective over you, and she don't play about you. And she told us about the girl that she hit with a bat who broke your heart in high school. He was like, she told y'all that? Hell yeah. And he was like, I'm a grown man. You act like, and this is paraphrasing, y'all. She was like, I'm a grown man. You act like you scared of my sister. She was like, a little bit. I get it. But I okay, this is what I foresee if there is a season 2. I think Fallon is going to be okay with them. I think that they're going to hide it, and Fallon is going to find out. And I think upon her finding out, she may feel away, but I think she'll get past. I mean, not Fallon. Tayshia's going to find out, and she'll get past it. She'll feel away at first, but then she'll get past it. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So anyway, we get to the ladies get to the event. So it's Kylie, Tayshia, and Fallon. They get to the event because y'all know Fallon is doing her review at the event that they're going to. And Tayshia's just still trying to act hard. Okay, she acting like she don't want Reggie, and all she want to do is climb that tree. So she acted like she ain't feeling Reggie. And I'ma just point out that dress that she bought from that store, that boutique, that dress that she tried on at that boutique is the dress that she had on in this scene. She had on that freakum dress. So anyway, Tayshia, I feel like Tayshia cannot resist Reggie. She cannot resist that old thing. And Fallon had to remind her, listen, ma'am, he is married. Okay? She was like, oh, I think she said he just so fine or something. This man dogs you out. We gotta remember that. Okay? The way you be giving Dante a hard time, and you be saying to all the women, if he can't do it for you, find somebody else that could. I'm just saying. So then we get to the next scene. Lex decided to meet up with Carter. She called Carter, text Carter to meet up with her. And as they meet up there talking, she decided she wanted to go down memory lane. So she disclosed to Carter how Dante has been cheating on her. She's not okay with it, But again, she's trying to convince herself and everybody that she's happy. And she's really not, and she wants to leave. And for her sake, I hope that she leaves. But I don't want her to leave and get with Carter. I want her to leave and then heal. Because there's a lot of healing that needs to take place inside of Lexi. But I don't know if y'all watch episode 6, so we have to get past episode 6 to see what's going to happen. So where am I in my notes? Okay, so Carter asks if she's staying for the money because you left me for the money. And she immediately gets offended. She was like, what? He was like, I'm just asking. I don't mean to offend you, but why won't you leave? What are you scared of? And I want to say her response was she didn't know. So then we get back to the concert, right? The concert is over and Kylan is leaving with the rapper and his entourage. And so Reggie goes up to Tasia and say, let's go. Excuse you? Sir, I beg your finest pardon, because who are you talking to? And so Tasia was like, are you asking me or are you telling me? It was just so demanding. And so he was like, well, we just going to talk. And so Tasia turns to Fallon and said, you going to be okay, girl? We just going to talk. And Fallon was like, this bitch. Okay, girl. And they left. So okay, I was like, girl, you knew you wanted that, okay? So back with Carter and Lexi, Carter tells Lex, when I remember you used to have a light and you used to shine so bright, but over time, I'm looking at you now, and Dante is definitely dimming your light. And this is me paraphrasing, y'all. She confesses. She was like, listen, I wonder what my life would have been like had I stayed with you. And Carter was like, listen, that is something that we can't answer because that is something that we will never know. And so she kissed him. And he moved her away. He didn't push her. He just moved her away. And he was like, you're married and you're vulnerable right now. And I would like to just add, ma'am, that you have chlamydia. Okay, I know you can't catch chlamydia from kissing, but girl, no and no, absolutely not. Okay. So then we get down to the strip club, okay, and baby, we see Kylie making her coin, okay, at the pole. Might I add, she won amateur night. Okay, I wonder when season 2 come, if she gonna stay. I love Kylan. I love this young, youthful energy that she brings. So I want to see her on there, and I want to see how she's gonna navigate. Is she going to go into that lane, or is she's gonna go in that lane and go to school? Because y'all remember she did drop out of school. So anyway, we get to Reggie's studio or whatever this is, or he have another place. And we find now see this I didn't know. I watched this episode 3 or 4 times, okay? And what I did not know, because I watched it for different reasons, what I did not know and what I am finding out is Reggie, and he kept, I remember when I watched it, when I was supposed to review it last time, I watched it and he called her, he was like, you're my investment. I'm investing in you. And I was like, what? So now what we're finding out is Reggie has invested in Tasia. He is paying her bills. He is sponsoring her podcast. And he gave her money for her lingerie line. And I was like, nah, girl. And she talks about that all the time. She, they need to be paying you. He can do this for you. He can do that for you in X, Y, and Z. I got it. So she goes into her room, She goes into the bathroom, change her clothes, and she come back into the room and shows off her investment she have on her lingerie piece, and she shows it to Reggie, and he proceeds to clap her cheeks. From there, the episode ends, and we have one more episode, and I promise y'all I will give that to y'all on Sunday. Okay, if not, I'll try to bring it back to y'all this week, but I got one more episode, the final episode. But yes, he's clapping them cheeks, so we want to know what is going to happen on episode 6. Anyway, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.